Hello everyone, this is Faith and Books. Got my apron on. It was given to me by a French exchange student many years ago. And I'm in the middle of cooking dinner. It's been a horrible, yucky, no good, whatever day. Whatever that book is, no good. Anyway, it's not coming to me. And I wasn't planning to do anything for book 2. But I just feel like the need to do something fun. So a long time ago, I was going to do bookshelf tours. And I got reminded about this because I think it was yesterday. I was watching Sean Steadfast and he mentioned it, that he likes bookshelf tours because it gives him ideas about books to get. And so I thought, wow, a long time ago I started and I'm gesturing to my living room. I was over in my living room and I showed all these books that I inherited from my Aunt Jackie. And this, I'm in my dining room now. And these are all these old books that I've either collected myself or they belong to my grandparents or my parents. And I just thought I would take a few of them and show them to you real quick. I'm going to make this a short video, okay? All right, so let me get started. Where do I want to start? Let me start just this way. So this, I should go these out, I guess. Let's see, these are books that I inherited from my parents. This is Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Paton. Let's see, it says to Father, November 6, 1952, Jackie. So there's my Aunt Jackie again. I'm such a family person. I really am. I remember reading this in high school. It was required reading and absolutely loving it. And then, oh my goodness, this old bookmark. Look at that. I didn't even know that was in there. Anyway, I remember reading it in high school, and then I've read it, reread it since. Just absolutely beautiful. And I probably want to read more things by Alan Paton. I don't believe I've read enough by him. But here he is. Here's another book by him. And I'm pretty sure I read this, but I have no memory of it. So maybe I should reread this. Too Late, The Phalarope. I don't know. Is that a bird? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I tried to read this. But I have no memory, so maybe I didn't. But this is nice. Scribner's. When did this come out? Does it say? 1953. So let's see, he had written, just 2. They only have 2 books listed here. Anyway, maybe that's something I should read or reread. Then the next books are these lovely books that my father and my aunt were really poor during the Depression. And, but their parents had befriended people who were a little bit wealthier, and they kind of felt sorry for them. And so once a year, I think at Christmas or something, they would give them these beautiful books. So this is a very old edition of At the Back of the North Wind by George MacDonald. I've actually read this out loud to my kids from this edition, but it is falling apart. It really is falling apart. Illustrated by Jessie Wilcox Smith. And this, was probably given to them in the late 20s, I would say. My father was born in 1919. So anyway, that's a beautiful edition. Who did these? This is copyright 1919. Well, anyway, I don't know. It's the same type of published books like this. Sorry, I'm not being coherent. Charles Scribner. So anyway, this is The Scottish Chiefs by Jane Porter, and I've never read this one. It's illustrated by N.C. Wyeth. These are beautiful books. This is what they used to give kids. Just gorgeous. I should read these. I've been wanting to read it for a long time. You'd think this whole year I've been trying to read books on my shelf, but I haven't read this one, alas. The next one is another one that I've been wanting to read, another one that they got as a gift. This is The Black Arrow by Robert Louis Stevenson. And I've never read it, so maybe next October I'll do that. But they're in such fragile condition, I don't know. I might get another book and not actually read from that one. This is an old edition of the Just So stories by Rudyard Kipling. You can see illustrations there. And I read from this when I was a little kid, even though quite old. But this was my introduction to Rudyard Kipling, was this very book. So that's lovely. Oh, look, a book lost back there. Wow, I didn't know. Oh, The Little Minister. This is The Little Minister by James Barrie. I loved this story. I read it, a long time ago. I'd forgotten about it. Wow. I'm not sure how old this edition is. Look, it's got the, what do you call that? It's got this kind of paper in it to protect the image there. It's got this paper. Yeah, I'm not sure how old this edition is. But The Little Minister by James Barrie. If you have not read it, the same guy who wrote Peter Pan. If you have not read it, utterly, utterly charming story. I highly recommend it. All right, any more honey back there? No, okay. So this was my mom's book. This is Civilization by Kenneth Clark. And my mom, I remember when that came on PBS, my mom absolutely loved it. And it launched her on this long journey of really learning about art history. She was really into art history from this. So I have this book, and I know I've read chunks of it, and I also watched that series. But I would love to go back and really read it again. Yeah, Civilization by Kenneth Clark. Let's see. What else? I'll just go, well, how many minutes have I done? I'll go up to 10 minutes. So this is an incomplete set of Winston Churchill's Story of England. I guess it's the history of the world. Let's see. This one is volume 4, The Great Democracies by Winston Churchill. 1958. Yeah, that's what it's called, A History of the English-Speaking Peoples. Yeah, and this is this whole set, and I don't believe I have the whole set. This is volume 4, and again, I've just dived in and out over the years, but I haven't read it cover to cover at all. The New World, this is copyright 1956. Let me show you that. There we go. It's falling apart, it's pretty fragile. Next one is, what volume is this? Volume 3, The Age of Revolution. It's a slightly different cover. Oh, there we go. This is 1957. I have them out of order. And this one is kind of fraying. This is, which volume is this? The Birth of Britain. And that's 1956. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so those are the ones that I've inherited from my parents, or my aunt, or grandparents. This is a book that I found, pretty sure I found this in like an estate sale. It says, To Tommy from Uncle Frank and Aunt Margaret, Christmas 1950. It's a book of discovery by M.B., how do you say that, Singe? And I did try to read this. This is an author that often gets cited if you're trying to use sort of an old-fashioned education, Charlotte Mason kind of thing. And that's how I learned about the author. I should really read this. This is why I have a tissue in it. So maybe I did get this far. Page 7. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway, I'm glad I have it, and I hope I read it one day, and it's a nice old book. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, 9:17. Okay, I think I'll just do these two. These two are wrapped. I found them at an estate sale. This is Elizabeth and Her German Garden, complete edition by, who is it by? I don't think say the name. It's by the same woman who wrote, oh no, it's gonna fly out of my head. She wrote the one about April, the one about the British women who go vacation in Tuscany in April. I've read several of her books, and now her name isn't coming to me. And why the heck didn't they put her name on the book. It's just Elizabeth and her German garden. That is so weird. Why would they do that? Anyway, it says Gladys Esther Rising, Bridgewater, New Jersey, January 2nd, 1913. That's the inscription. What is the name of the woman who wrote this book? It's going to drive me crazy. Anyway, it's a good book. I have read that. I went through a period where I read a lot of her books. And now I can't even remember her name. Okay, and then the last one that I'm going to show you right now is this one. And it's the Burgess Flower Book for Children. And we have a little plate here that says it was owned by Adelaide L. Benedict. And there's her signature, whoever Adelaide was. And let's see, this is 1923. So look at the beautiful colored plates, though. So if you know Thornton Burgess, he was a really popular nature writer for kids. So that's what this is about. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Really like it. All right, so I'm not going to go through any more. We'll do that later. But I just thought I would do a fun little book tour to take my mind off things. And now I have to go finish making chili. So I will talk to you later. Bye.